Okay, now maybe. Sneha, now?
Yes, now clear. Yeah.
So let's begin the session. Come into the sitting posture. Keep your back, neck straight, aligned. Gently close your eyes. Go into your asana and be comfortable within your posture. Observe the alignment. How's your back, your neck, your shoulder? Now take a deep, prolonged, slow inhalation. Deep, prolonged, slow exhalation. Inhale and exhale with awareness. Now take a deep inhalation for 3 times more. Take a deep, prolonged breath. Om. 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 Shanti. 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 Feel the vibration and sensation. Join your both palm. Wrap your palm. Place on your eyes. Feel the warmth very slowly while blinking, looking at your palm. Gently open up your eyes with a great smile. Emotion. Welcome to the meditation class. So, in previous session, we learn about the importance of the pranab meditation and we learn about the akar chanting. Today, we're gonna talk about the ukkar chanting. Ukkar is the second syllable of chanting. So akkar, ukkar, and makar. Okay, these are the three division of the chanting. Why we are understanding? Because in order to feel the different part of the, in order to go into the deeper level of the each syllable, and so their meaning is also, and you get the different meaning when you are practicing certain kind of vibration and sound. We already discussed about it, that how the sound bring the vibration, and that vibration bring the sensation to your body, and immediately your mind is under your control. So Asian yogis did the research over this pranam meditation, and they figure out, if you even you does not understand the meaning of it, but by chanting correctly, you can generate that vibration in your body very quickly by chanting it. And so certain vibration, certain sensation immediately calm your mind down, and you experience the peace. So that's why we are that's why the om becomes so important in all the chanting, mantra chanting. All the mantras started with the om, and everything is started with the om, primordial sound. This whole world is created by om. We already discussed about it. I'm just briefly introducing, previewing it. So Ukar chanting and Akar chanting is connected to the your belly level, abdominal. The sound is coming from your abdominal region. You're focusing on your abdominal part. Ukar chanting is coming from your thoracic region, your these area. So from above the navel to the thoracic, these part would be vibrated. The sound would be coming out from this. And when you're chanting Ukar, you have to experience the vibration in this area. Makar chanting above the throat. Okay, above the throat, we're gonna experience the vibration tomorrow, which we're gonna practice. Now, this division takes you to experience on the bodily level, like physical level, you can experience it, these vibration. Then spiritual level, yes, the people who are chanting the akar, they are connected to the matter world. It's it's good for them to strong their willpower, to to become a leader, to become more confident, to achieve the materialistic goal. The people who are chanting akar, okay. Ukar chanting, you create the balance. You are more intellectual when you chant ukar. It's like you are more intellectual. You are coming out. Actually, you are touch with the materialistic world, but you are not that much into it. You are into the mental. You start using your mind as well. You're not dependent on the materialistic, like the gold, silver, and big houses. You're not dreaming about it. You're looking for the knowledge. So Ukar chanting bring the will connect you and provide you the knowledge of the matter. Okay, and you start accepting the reality. Okay, reality is what, that this life is full of suffering, and there's a way of coming out from it. But right now you are not there. Makar chanting will take you on the next level, where you can come out from the all the suffering. You have spiritual goals. Now you completely start detaching. You want to leave, denounce the materialistic world completely. Even you are not looking for the mental knowledge. Even you are not looking for the, even there is a power of knowledge, right? People who are looking for the knowledge that I should be so wise, so intelligent, and I should govern everybody. So you also come out from that thing also. And now you are entering into the spirituality. For achieving the spiritual goal, detachment from the all kind of desire, the people do the Makkah chanting. So different benefit will come. Physical health, if you're looking, Akar. Ukar, if you're looking for the mental peace, Ukar chanting. Spiritual peace, you are looking for it, then you require the Makar chanting. Akar, Ukar, and Makar. When all three we're gonna combine, then we get all the three. Okay. This Pranav meditation has the many variation of chanting. Sometimes is more, um, the duration of the is much longer than the oo and ma sound. That means you naturally, which is coming from your inside, then you required for the physical satisfaction. Okay. Uk- Automatically then ukar chanting would be prolonged than the and ma sound. When we chanting all three syllables together, that will gonna happen. Then u sound, then it also tell you about that you are looking for the mental peace. When ma sound, you are more emphasizing and prolonging the ma sound, and u, then you are looking for the spiritual peace. So your intention would be changed. How you are putting the emphasis, which syllable. Okay. So this is another fact of the Pranav meditation. Ma. So now we're gonna today learn the Ukkar chanting and tomorrow Makar, and then afterward we're gonna talk about the chanting. This much is clear? Yeah? Sneha, this is clear? Any doubt till here? Sneha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Have you listened everything which I said?
Yes. Yes, I listen everything. Yeah, it's my daughter's like school time, so yeah, little bit here and there. But yeah, I listen everything.
So, any doubt till here?
No, till now there is a no doubt, but I just want to ask that instead of just like you said, like there is a different result from oo, and ma.
Hmm.
So we can chant separately also, right? Instead of one om.
Yes, exactly. Why we are chanting separately? In order to, because we have the different intention, and
Yes.
in order to go into the deeper level of that syllable vibration. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to chant together, you can experience that level of the vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So it bring more clarity that which part of more activated when you're chanting up. When we start automatically up, so our senses is not that capable to grasp the vibration deeply. So that's why we separated. Asian yogi separated. So one, this is the initial way to understand the chant. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay.
Okay. So let's begin. And the meaning of the chanting, I'll just briefly go through it. There's a lots of interpretation of the meaning of ma. Is associated with the Lord um, Brahma. Sound is associated with the Lord Vishnu, and Ma associated with the Lord Shiv. So these are the three energy. When we are chanting these one syllable, ma symbol, I talked about it, right? If I'm gonna share you the symbol, you can
Mm-hmm.
go through it. I'll just show you the picture. Yeah, could you see the symbol?
Yes.
Yes. So this is the symbol of uh Om, right? Om symbol, which is according to the Vedanta philosophy. Om has this meaning. This The first state of the human being is the wakening state where he is performing all the activity. This wakening state is related to the materialistic world. If I'll draw it, this one is the wakening state. I would be gonna color it. This is the wakening state, the first state of the human being. Okay. So
Okay.
first state
Mm-hmm.
of the human being mind, waking state. It means like you are aware of it, you're walking, you're talking, you're doing, performing all the activities. This is,
Mm-hmm.
and this where you can connect to the materialistic world. And this related to the Lord Brahma.
Okay.
Okay. Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma, even if you don't believe in the God or something, it's kind of energy which create the world. Lord Brahma considered to be the God of creation. So you can,
Creation.
yeah, God. So you can consider that He is the God of creation, or a kind of energy which create this cosmos. Okay, so we
Mm-hmm.
have just given the name Lord Brahma. Now, second state of the human being, according to the Vedanta, that is the dreaming state,
Mm-hmm.
and which is, I'll draw with different color, which is this yellow. This is the
Mm-hmm.
dreaming state. And dreaming state, in dreaming state, you are not fully asleep. and you are not fully awakened. It is in between, right? You are
Okay.
connected to the matter as well, and you are about to reach to the going into the sleep as well, right? Not fully sleep, not fully awakened, in between. You're dreaming about it. That is this state considered to be a God Vishnu, where you have desire, like in dreaming state you want to fulfill your desire, right? You
Mhm.
think about your future or past. All the things are related to your desire. So Vishnu is basically god of the flourishing, development, sustainability, and which help to grow the things. You dream, even you when you're dreaming about it, then you're gonna fulfill it about it, right? You dream about your desire that one day I would be. This is also the dream that one day I would be a doctor, engineer. This is also a kind of desire which you want to fulfill, and then you have the dream about it. That's also, you want to flourish, you want to develop, you want to get materialistic growth as well, or the mental growth or the spiritual goal, whatever you have, you want to fulfill. That is the dreaming state. And for that we have Lord Vishnu.
Mhm.
Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu is the god of this state. Then come to the deep sleep, dreamless sleep, sound sleep, which is represented by this label, the blue color. This state is the spiritual state where you are completely detached from the waking state and the dreaming state. Now you are completely detached from the outside. Sometime you go into that state of your mind where you're not aware of it when you fall into the sleep and when morning is come. Happen, no? Sometime it's happened. And that state you're completely detached from the outside world, completely detached, and that considered to be a spiritual state. And that's come by and the god of that state is Lord Shiv. So the Lord Shiv considered to be a destruction, or also but distraction in the positive sense, okay, which take you, which detach you from the materialistic world. And when we talk detachment, then you are destructive, you're completely denouncing the materialistic world. And that state come, state god is Lord Shiv,
Mhm.
spiritual state. Now which represent by this Maya is means the life illusion, the reality and unreality. Okay, illusion which is created by the Maya. Illusion is like that you're never gonna die, you live forever, and the house which you are making, it's permanent. The relationship you are making, it's permanent. But as you know this thing that one day you're gonna die. All the beings of this planet is impermanent. This planet and this cosmos, we are temporary being, right? So temporary,
Mhm.
but illusion illusion created by the Maya. Maya is like these kind of energy which create the illusion set, and so we attach towards it. All kind of relationship of this planet is temporary. Father, mother, children, everything. One day they all gonna go. They leave you, and this is the reality. But illusion in our mind, the perception in our mind that these are the permanent thing, that created by the Maya. And then the dot, the Triya state, the dot which is on the top, Triya, which we call Triya state, it's you come out from these above these Maya. That is the highest
Mhm.
state of the person where he become yogi, and come out from the illusionary state of this assumption, unreality, unreal facts of the nature. Even you consider that I remain forever younger, but there's no way to remain forever younger. Even yogis become get into the old age. Yogi also gonna die. This is the law of the nature. You cannot go against of the law of the nature. But in Triya state, you come out this illusionary state and you accept the reality and you become yogi. So Triya is the state of the yogi where you embrace the reality and you go attain the peace and you go into the silence, complete silence. Silence means there's a 3 year state we're going to talk about more in coming session, but Triya is like the state of the yogi when he detach from everything and experience the peace. There's so many things about to understand the Triya as well. Okay, so there's a four thing in chanting. A is waking state, U is dreaming state, Ma is a deep sleep state. So if we write it down the symbol A, U and M, A U M. So you connect with each syllable. Okay, so this is and this is. Sorry, O sound is connected to the this one.
Okay.
So now, so this much is clear. The meaning is clear.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's begin the session. Again, I'm gonna talk about the precaution. Don't force yourself when you're chanting O sound. You have to be in sitting position, posture for practicing all the chanting. Because when you're lying and doing another posture, the sound vibration would be gonna change. So we always require the sitting posture for chanting anything, even in the future. Mantra chanting or the sound chanting or any syllable chanting you are doing it, you have to go into the sitting posture, keeping your back neck straight, chin parallel to the ground. You can make the mudra if you want.
Okay. I cannot hear you, ma'am. Now.
Okay. Now it's clear.
Yeah, now it's clear.
Okay. So precaution of chanting is you can make the mudra, but it would be optional. And it is a second or third stage. Once you are comfortable with the pronunciation and vibration, then mudra would be introduced. Otherwise, you don't require the first initial level of the uh, initial level. You cannot apply the mudra. But if you're comfortable with it, you can apply it. Okay, it's optional. But first priority should be correct pronunciation, then vibration, and then your intention. And then you can bring the mudra into it. Okay. And don't force yourself whenever you're chanting because it's gonna change the vibration. It has to be natural. Tuning come later on. Very quickly you're gonna tune yourself. Automatically tuning will come. You don't require to force yourself to tune yourself with me or the other people. So in chanting, when we do in the chorus, it's required many months of the practice to tune with everyone. Chorus, right? So these things you should understand. Sitting posture is required for chanting, any kind of chanting, because we're not gonna disturb the vibration and the pronunciation of the chanting. That's why we required sitting posture. So Pranav, sitting posture. any posture, Padmasan, Sukhasan, Swastikasan, or Vajrasan, these you can go into it, be comfortable, or any other posture which is sitting posture, and make sure legs should be crossed. So you create the cycle, and palm should be either like this or downward, resting on the knee or like this. In this way, you can utilize your palm, or you can make the mudra mudra. Okay, but if you are comfortable with pronunciation and the vibration, then so let's begin the practice. I'll gonna demonstrate, and then later on we're gonna start the practice. So 5-10 minutes we're gonna practice it. So first I gonna demonstrate 3 times. So when you're pronouncing the Okar chanting, sound should be coming out from your throat level. Slightly make the pout like ooh, like this. Okay, don't force yourself. The vibration which you are feeling from the thoracic area, the chest area, you feel the focus on your mind on these area. Here you're gonna feel the vibration, and be comfortable. Don't force yourself to produce uh, the sound. It has to be go with your own pace. Don't make it mm, don't make it loud, or the making soft the way it is coming out, just but make sure sound would be coming out from your throat. Tongue would be relaxed completely. Don't engage your tongue. Okay, tongue completely relaxed. So instruction is clear. Shall we start? Sneha, can we start?
Yeah, yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So come into the sitting posture. Any posture you require, just go into it. Be comfortable and relax yourself. Gently close your eyes. Now go into your asana and correct your alignment. Observe how's your back, your neck, your shoulder, and your palm, your legs. Once you are fully comfortable, and maintain the stillness while chanting the O sound. Make sure 5 to 10 minutes we are not gonna move our body. Now Very slowly move your attention towards deep, prolonged, slow inhalation, deep, prolonged, slow exhalation. Inhale and exhale with awareness. Deeply inhale, slowly exhale. From the belly, now, whenever you are comfortable, whenever you feel comfortable, start your chanting, Okar chanting, according to your own pace. Anytime you get tired, relax, stop chanting, but keep reciting within your mind. And make sure you keep reciting within your mind. Don't take a break at the loud, either you are using your cant, your vocal cord, or or chant within your mind. But start with your outside chanting. Om. 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 Go into the silence. Go into your silence and observe your breath. Now we're gonna end our session with 3 time Om along with Shanti. So take a deep, prolonged, slow inhalation for the Om. Take a deep breath. Oh. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel the vibration and sensation. Join your both palm. Rub your palm. Place on your eyes. Very slowly, while blinking, looking at your palm. Gently open up your eyes with a great smile. Bow down and say Om Shanti, Om Shanti.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any doubt, any difficulty while chanting the Upkar?
No, ma'am.
So meditation is not end here. Keep practicing whenever you get time. Do the more chanting of Upkar. It will take you towards the Makar chanting. You are able to feel the vibration, and tomorrow we're gonna learn about the Makar chanting. So keep practicing whenever you get time, 5-10 minutes more, and especially when you wake up and when you are sleeping. Okay, this is the best time where you can give the
Okay.
and you can control your mind. Okay, Mangal ho,
Okay.
Lashri.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear.